How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. Thank you so much for joining for Simone 7.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Those who don't know who you are, I don't know if there would be anyone that wouldn't know who you are. Where do I start? Olympic gold medalist, world title, world champion. No, what was it? All round. You can tell your story in a minute. Author, winner of Dancing with the Stars, but most importantly, new mum.
I know. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm a mom. You too. Oh my gosh.
I know. Do you know that when I first met you at the Grandest Summit for Nasi, I was actually pregnant.
Really?
And I couldn't tell anyone because it was like, I think like 10 or 11 weeks. And I was so dying to share the news, but I had to keep it a secret. And then I was so excited to see that you were pregnant. So congratulations on Drew. She's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Being a mom is the best. It's the hardest job in the world, but it's the best.
Yeah, I never thought, I just didn't think that you could love that much, that it was possible to love that much. It's just incredible, isn't it?
And it's just not like it, there's no words for it. You can't describe it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, before we get into the questions, why don't you just do a little bit of, I gave a little spiel, but tell us your journey from where you started to where you are today as a yummy mummy.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I was a gymnast. I competed in the 2008 Olympic Games and I was 16 years old. I won 4 medals, which is insane. Yeah. I tried to make 2012 Olympics, but got hurt and just I felt like I wasn't supposed to be there anymore. Retired, went on Dancing with the Stars, did the whole gamut of stuff, wrote books about my whole career. And then found myself in Nashville where I met my husband. We got married in 2016 and had a beautiful baby girl 7 months ago. Oh my gosh, 7 months ago. She's 7 months old.
I saw you release something because I found it really difficult to breastfeed. People tell you everything about everything, but they don't tell you that it's going to be challenging to breastfeed. And so I really relate to your most recent post when you're saying about sharing it with young mums, because I think it's so important. You think, oh, you have your baby and they'll just latch on and it'll be perfect, but it's challenging, right?
Yeah, no one prepares you for that. I was so naive and I was like, oh, I'm going to breastfeed. That's my choice. I choose breast milk, whatever. And it was, I don't want to say traumatic, but it's a hard process. And it's like learning a whole new skill, but it's not your choice. It's the baby's choice. And I didn't take into consideration that there's another opinion that has to go into, which is your child. And I couldn't I breastfed for about 3 weeks and she just wasn't having it. And I learned it's a very controversial topic, which I thought was shocking. Yeah. And she's just, I've kind of fed her from a bottle ever since. But it's a crazy journey being a mom because you do the best you can for your baby, but people have such strong opinions about what is correct. And I don't think there is something that's correct because every baby's different.
Yeah, that's I guess one of the problems about living in the public eye is that, of course, everyone's going to have an opinion. But I know there was this phrase, I think it came from Australia. I grew up in Australia and it was like fed is best. You know, it doesn't matter how the baby gets fed as long as the baby's getting fed,
Because people are always like breast is best or what. No. As long as your baby's fed, that's all that matters. Yeah.
Well, she's just beautiful. So I'm really happy and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's get started. So obviously we're living in these crazy times of quarantine. And I say that there could be worse things than being isolated with your husband and your baby. So, but how are you practicing self-care and how are you feeling?
I think feeling the same as a lot of people, a little bit stir crazy just because you're kind of isolated and by yourself and you don't have that community of friends that you get to see every day. But we're doing good. Stuck at home with my husband and baby is a pretty great thing. Yeah. And self-care for us, my husband and I made a decision as soon as the quarantine started that we operate better when we work out and we have some alone time, whether it's like getting out of the house or not, especially with quarantine, we can't. So we made an agreement that every day, I get at least an hour or two where he takes my daughter, or our daughter, not my daughter. And I have like my time to go work out and shower and just like be by myself. And then we switch, and it's vice versa. So we've tried to do that every single day this whole quarantine, which has kind of helped us get through everything.
Yeah. Your husband's an athlete, right?
Yeah, he was a football player. Yeah. Yeah.
So do you like compete against each other when you're working out, or?
Yeah, we have a really hard time working out together because I tend to just correct his form all the time, which really annoys him. So we just can't work out together.
No. It's like you go to one side of the room and I'll stick to the other. Yeah. I know. I think, part of the reason that I wanted to do this Simone 7 is just to encourage people to exercise and say that you can do a 7-minute circuit, and get a workout in a short amount of time using anything at home. But I think that, especially being an athlete and knowing how much, you've worked out on exercise your whole life, how important exercise is to you. Like, it's really therapy.
It is. It's the only thing that keeps me sane. And especially, I find myself like when I get frustrated or sad or angry or whatever it is, if I work out, it just like clears my mind. And I think a lot of people, if they weren't intimidated by the idea of like, if I don't get an hour workout or whatever, I'm not working out properly. If they just moved around, it just helps you so much.
So much. Yeah. Well, what have you learned about yourself during the time of stillness?
I think I've been on the go for so many years, and my husband and I would travel at least 2 weeks out of every month, and we're jet setters, and I thought I couldn't be satisfied or content being a homebody, and I can't. I love it. I miss traveling a little bit, but I love being home and having a routine and having like a consistent, like the stability feels great.
Yeah, I totally feel exactly the same. It's like now I'm like, even the thought of traveling again, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, I can't imagine packing and not having like just our house. So
just constantly frazzled, just on the go.
Yeah.
All right. So your health and wellness routine, I'm interested, obviously, all of the years of training, you would have trained, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and your body's used to that. How do you approach health and wellness now? And, does an hour or half an hour seem like a short amount of time, or what does your health and wellness routine look like?
Yeah. So I have gone through so many different phases of the elite athletics where it was like 6, 7 hours a day. And then after that, I kind of rejected health and fitness. I needed this period of time where I was just like, I don't want to go to the gym. I want to eat burgers and candy and all the crap. And then I slowly just kind of come back into it. But now I just think a little bit every day, it just makes me feel good. It just kind of keeps me stable. But I do 30 minutes to an hour. I think 30 minutes is perfect. An hour seems a little long.
Yeah. Especially with a baby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I get a 30-minute workout in a shower, it's a successful day. So
yeah. I know. It's like on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I wash my hair. I'm like, woohoo, sunshine.
Yeah.
It's clean.
I'm on the in-between, so mine will be coming tomorrow.
Thank God for dry shampoo.
Yes.
But I don't know about you, but when I worked out every day throughout my pregnancy, literally till the day I gave birth. But I had a C-section, so it took me a little bit longer to come back to exercise. But when I did, it felt like I couldn't even walk up the stairs without like losing my breath, my stamina. I was like, how I, work out and train people 7 hours a day, and I can't even walk upstairs. I found that so shocking and crazy. I mean, did you have a similar experience?
Oh yeah. So I had a C-section too, which was not planned, and it was just not part of like what I thought pregnancy and delivery was going to be like. And I remember taking extra time off, and when I finally got back into the gym, I couldn't like do a sit-up. I couldn't get on the treadmill. I was like, babe, talking to my husband, I was like, I don't even know where to start. And I just feel like it was this perspective of it's a totally different body and I had to start over. So it's a slow process, but I would do 10-minute core workout and that would be it for the day. And I just worked my way back up. But yeah,
I kind of felt, I was like,
crazy.
oh, this is how people feel when they're starting exercise for the first time. You know, because it's hard to stay motivated when you find it's such a struggle. It's really, you know, it's very challenging.
I had the hardest time getting into the gym every morning because I was just like, if I can't even do a sit-up, like I don't want to do a workout. And I can understand now the intimidation people feel because I felt the same way. My mom is here.
Hi, Mom.
Yes.
Very cute. All right. What motivates you?
What motivates me? Doubt, I think, is probably one of my biggest motivations. I'm one of those people that's kind of always been driven by perfection. And if there's any goal that I have and I have like this doubt of I can't do it or I won't be the best at it, that almost fuels me sometimes. And I'm like, well, if it scares you, you have to do it now. So I remember with the Olympics, it was, you know, people saying there's no chance you can go to the Olympics. You're this Midwest girl from Iowa. There's no national gyms. Like, it's not possible. And I just love that fuel. I like taking things on that challenge me.
Yeah. It's like, oh, if someone says you can't do it, you just say, watch me.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like that. If you could go back to your younger self, maybe it's the 16-year-old winning her gold medal. Maybe it's prior to that, or maybe it's after that. But what would you say to her with the knowledge that you have now? What would you say to her?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I feel like for everyone, when you're at that age, I feel like I was trying so hard to be someone else. And it took me so long to just be comfortable with who I was. I would change the music I listened to and what I wanted to wear and how I would present myself or how I would talk. I tried so hard to please everybody else but myself that it just got so exhausting. And I wish I could go back and tell my like 16-year-old self to just stop trying so hard and just be me. Because I don't know, people put so much pressure on you to be something else and someone else. And I think it's not until we like relax that we actually feel comfortable in who we are.
Yeah. And I think since becoming a mother, I really think about everything now, you know, because they're such little sponges. Even like Oscar's 14 months and he copies everything and he watches everything. But yeah, there's like when you're a baby, there's such innocence. And then obviously, you know, all the rules in society and everything comes into play that really alters, you know, their confidence. So it's like, how do I keep him confident but grounded? But at the end of the day, he's going to be who he's going to be. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's so many things I think about every day of like the little sponge Drew is. And, I just want to protect her, but I also know it's the world and she's going to be exposed to all of it. I just have to teach her how to filter it.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right. You've obviously at such a young age had such ginormous success. So what does success look like to you?
Oh my gosh. That's a big question. I would say success to me just looks like doing something, making a little bit of progress from one day to another. I feel like sometimes I can get overwhelmed with the idea that like if I'm not making the most money or winning, then it's not success. But if I just get a little bit better tomorrow than I am today, I feel like that's a mark for success that you have to appreciate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hi. He's like, Mom, don't forget about me.
Yeah.
I find it really fascinating because I've been speaking to a lot of inspiring women, you know, one from the American Ballet Theatre, one from the Royal Ballet, obviously your friend Natasha, like just when you're having such success and driven and ambition from such a young age, you know, it's like you've still got your whole life ahead of you. And it's just like you think about how mature you were at 16 really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to go through all of that experience, like to win a gold medal at 16. How did you even understand the concept of that or realize how huge that was?
I don't think so. I feel like at 16, I would have told you I understood, but I didn't. And I feel like with every year that I get older, I look back and I'm like, wow, to think that I accomplished that at 16 is incredible. And I don't think I can do it now. But I think that's one of the reasons I was so successful at such a young age, is because I couldn't comprehend the magnitude of it. I was very naive, which made me oblivious to the pressure. But it also was interesting because attaining that much success at such a young age, I set a bar so high for myself that after the Olympics, I was like, okay, how do I now go be a normal 17-year-old that makes miserable mistakes and fails at everything? And that was a really hard transition for me. I had a hard time accepting that I couldn't be the best at everything. And it was just that child mindset that I had of, I had already attained like perfection on the Olympic side, and I didn't know how to start over. Yeah.
Well, I have to read some of your books because I think you probably poured a lot of thoughts into those.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you must have had good guidance from your mama.
Yes. My mama worked very hard to, keep me in check. So.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Last question. It's just a fun one. So if you were to have a dinner party and you could invite anyone you wanted, living or dead, who would they be and why?
I remember you sent me this question. I was like, oh gosh, I need to think about it. Okay. I would, oh my gosh, like all the major female icons of the world. Yeah. Probably. I think it would be fascinating to sit down with Oprah. I love Michelle Obama. I think she's an amazing woman. Let's see. That would be amazing. First woman to fly around the world. I don't know.
It's so hard, isn't it? It's like hard to choose people when you put on the spot. You're like,
yeah.
Maybe just your family. Yeah.
Yeah, my family.
Drew and your mum. And what's your dog's name?
Nash.
Nash.
Like Nashville, yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, we're going to get into the 7-minute circuit. So it's literally just 7 exercises, and I'll put the timer on. We'll do 60 seconds each. Because we're at home, we're going to do just body weight exercises.
Awesome.
So simple. And then I'll try and do some ones specifically for mums, because obviously we're both mums, and anyone watching can do this and can do it on repeat. So let's set ourselves up. We might have to adjust the camera so we can see.
Yeah. Cool. Standing up or on the floor, or both?
Let's do on the floor. Have you got like a little mat or anything?
Yep. I'm on like turf, so that works.
Okay, amazing. All right. Perfect. Okay, so this one, actually, maybe I'll take my mat out of the way for a second. We're going to come down into the perfect plank. And then all we're going to do, so we're going to warm up our core. You do like a little step jump forward, and you take your hands off. Yeah, and then we place the hands back down onto the floor. You're like, and let me jump, and then go back into plank and hold that. So we're trying to keep all the strength of our core. Obviously, we're working our chest and our shoulders, but it's just a little rocking forward motion, forward and back. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to do, I'm going to start the timer, and we're going to do that for 60 seconds.
Great.
All right. Let's go. And we go step forward, hands off and hold. Go place the hands back down again and back into plank and hold the perfect plank. Good, again, hands off and hold. And down into plank. And again, hands off and hold. This one kind of looks easy, but no, it's not. I've seen you've done a few. Hold. Place the hands back down again. And again, hold. Hands down. got 3 more reps. Hold. Down. Hold. And down. Excellent. 1 more. Hold. And drop down to plank. And rest. Ooh, that worked. So now the core should be nice and warm.
Yes.
Yes. So now we're going to come into static bear, and we're going to hold the bear pose, and we're just going to do shoulder taps. So we're working our chest and our shoulders and our abs again. So come onto all fours into tabletop position, tuck the toes under, take a breath and hold off and hold. Activate that core. Good. We're going to stay there. And now imagine we've got a tray of champagne or cookies on our back. We don't want to spill it, and we're just going to tap our shoulders and our shoulders. Whew. Good. 28 more seconds. And 7 more seconds. And take a rest. Good job. Excellent. So now we're going to do a tiny bit of back. So because we're mummies, we're carrying our babies all the time here like this. So our posture is getting a bit of a rough time. So we really need to think about strengthening our back. So we're going to lay prone. We're going to lift opposite arm to leg up and hold. So working hamstring and glute, all of the posterior chain, a little bit of the back as well. So lay down. Good, like Wonder Women that we are. And then we're going to lift up and hold opposite arm to leg and hold. And lower it down. Good, and other side, hold. And lower down. And again, hold. Lower down and hold. Good, and you want to imagine you've got a piece of string from your toes and your fingertips lengthening, activating that hamstring and glute, working into that lower back. We've got 4 more reps. And last one. And relax. Good. Push back into child's pose. Ooh. All right. Another one for the core. So you're just going to come into plank. You're going to drive that knee towards your shoulder, and then you extend it out behind you, and then you're going to tap it down to the floor, and then we'll swap to the opposite leg. Drive that knee to the shoulder, extend it behind you, and drop it down. Yes, so knee, extend, drop it down. Knee, extend. So this is working the full body, chest, shoulders, core, glute, hamstring. It's hard. And again. Don't forget to breathe. And anyone who needs to come out and rest and give their little wrists a rest, they can do so. Woo! Let's do 2 more. And down. And rest and down. Ooh. That one was hard. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. Another one for our chest. Okay. Oh, you there? We're going to do like a modified push-up.
Yeah.
So you're going to come down into the modified plank, and we're just going to push down and up. And so for those who at home can take their hands off, push up, and then push back up again if they need to. Those are feeling really strong can do a full push-up, but we're just going to do a minute here of push-ups. All right, best of luck. There we go. 1, 2. Whew. Oh, I'm taking a rest. That's a long minute.
Yeah. I was trying to think out. Wasn't your hope to take some break?
I know, it's hard. It's so hard. All right, a little bit more. 1, 2, 3. Woo. Let's do 5 more. 9, last one. 10, good rest. Oh, we've got one more to do. So also because we're mums and we don't get much sleep deprivation, so we're going to just do a little squat jump to get the heart rate up and get the good endorphins pumping, and we'll pretend we've had a cup of tea or coffee. So we're just going to, hang on, I think I've chopped both of our heads off, but come up. Go ahead. Last one, we're just going to do a little squat back and then a jumping down. Ready, and we go. And 1. Last 60 seconds. Look at your beautiful jumps. Still got it, darling. Still got it. Whee! Good, let's do 5 more, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. We did it.
That was great.
That was our little 7-minute workout. So anyone at home that's watching that, you can do all of those exercises. If you're a beginner, you would do 3 circuits of it, intermediate or advanced, 5 to 7. And I dare you to, you were going to get your heart rate up because we just said.
My heart rate's up.
Well, at least our workout's done for today now.
Yes, that's great.
Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for sharing your talent. And everybody can follow you and be inspired by you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Have a wonderful day and kiss that beautiful baby girl.
Thank you.
Bye,
You too. Bye.
Bye.